What's up? I got my man D3 with me.
What's up, man? How's everybody?
He's got his own thing going on. Talk a little about it.
Well, I have my own channel, D3 TV, and it's basically based on stories about Rikers Island, because I've been there so many times, unfortunately. And, you know, if you want to, if you have any questions, you want to see some videos about things that happened in Rikers Island, because I have like 1,000 stories that I'm going to be putting on about Rikers Island. It's pretty interesting. If you like things about jail, maybe prison, stuff like that, you know. But you know, if you want to get in contact with me, maybe share a story, something like that, I'll come and video with you.
Yeah, so I was on my last podcast. Right now, part 2 is being downloaded on the thing, but we were talking about, a lot of people asked me about my beef with COPE2, you know, and I was telling them about Michael Rapaport, as he actually fits into it. Art Basel, who was this guy, Michael Rapaport was videoing it, and COPE2 was fighting this guy Sastre. It was like, it was funny shit. So I got Michael Rapaport into it. But you were there, right, when I got punched in the face with the 4-finger ring, and I walked up to the fountain, and like, the water was squirting out. It was coming. So I let them know.
Well, let's just put it this way.
It really happened.
Michael Rapaport talks a big game, but he really, in actuality, he grew up as a rich kid, and everything was hand-fed to him with a silver spoon. And, you know, I don't know where he gets this, you know.
Well, it's an actor. He's an actor.
I guess he's an actor, so, you know, I guess that's his act.
Well, you ever see these English guys that act like they're from New York, like, oh, what's up, kid? And then when you hear them, like, on the, like, 60 Minutes or something, like, well, you see what we got here? You're like, holy shit. Well, look at Mick Jagger. He sings the Rolling Stones. Yet when you hear him talking, hey, yo, Ozzy Osbourne, well, he's all fucked up, Ozzy. But, yeah, you know, I think that's, you know, you can't.
Either way, Michael Rapaport was like, we used to hang out in this park, John Jay. And it's on 77th Street off the FDR Drive. And when you go down that block to the park, there's a big building there that takes up the whole block. It's called the Pavilion, right? That's where Michael Rapaport lived. He grew up in that building. It's a big doorman building. It costs a lot of money to live there, you know?
Yeah, the fountain outside.
Yeah, the big fountain with a driveway you go through, and there's like 3 parts of the building you can go into. The place has its own supermarket inside of it. That's how nice of a building it is.
What about Rodney Dangerfield?
Yeah, Rodney Dangerfield lived there.
This guy threw, was it eggplant parmesan?
Yeah.
Is that what it was, or a veal?
No, it was a chicken parmesan.
Chicken parmesan.
We had just robbed a delivery boy for some Italian food, and I had I got a chicken parmesan hero, and I finished half of it, and I had the other half in my hand, and when we saw Rodney Dangerfield walking into the building one day, I said, hey, Rodney, no respect, you know, like, kind of like.
He had that rap song out, Rodney, rapping Rodney, got no respect.
No, the no respect thing was, you know, from his movies.
That's right.
Right? Yeah. And, you know, he was like, what, fuck you, you asshole, this and that. I was like, what? You fucking jerk off, and I hit him. I threw the chicken parmesan hero at him and hit him right on the top of his head. But the thing was sitting on his head like a fucking hat.
But he was, he was a brawler, man.
But he took off. He didn't turn around after that, man. No,
but I remember those times, man. He came down to the doggy park, Rodney Dangerfield, by himself with like a stick. I remember. He used to be a tough old bugger, man. A lot tougher than Michael Rapaport. You know?
Anyway, Michael Rapaport, you know, he was kind of like the rich kid that had everything, so we looked at him like, ooh, what can we get off him? He took his skateboard, you know, nice skateboard. What was it, Powell and Peralta? Something like that. It was a nice skateboard.
Some shit, yeah.
It was a nice skateboard. It was something that costed like, you know, $150 back then. Back then, $150 is like fucking $500 or $600 now, you know. But so he took his skateboard, right? Probably sold it for weed or whatever the fuck to Andrew or something. To lace, you know. And then we went down to the park one day, and he was down there, and he was with this other kid, this black kid from uptown. His name was Kareem.
Whole basketball team, man. They played, that's what it is. You're always shooting hoops. Whenever that dude was in that park, I never saw him doing anything but shooting hoops.
He ran, like when he saw Rob, he ran to Kareem and said, Like, I seen him, like, go up to his shoulder, like, whisper in his ear, that's the kid, he stole my skateboard, you know? And like, he said, what, he robbed you? He's like, yo, I guess, yo, he was looking out for his best interest because he's a rich kid and he was hanging out with the rich kid.
With
so
the
he came
Sunny
over.
D and the tank,
Yeah.
his mother or his housewife or something.
Yeah, like,
bring
yo,
the shit down.
anyway, fucking, so
Full thing of
he
ring.
came over, he said, yo, man, yo, you stole my man's skateboard? And he snuffed him in the face. Made his fucking lips swell, and there's like a hole in his lip.
Right here.
Yeah.
It's still there.
I remember it was in the baseball field.
Yeah,
In the baseball field.
Mike
John Jay
Kershaw
Park.
was there, I remember.
Yeah,
Oh,
he's like, yo, check it out. We went over to the water fountain after they had that little scuffle. And we went to the water fountain. He said, yo, check this shit out. He got some water and went like that, and the water started squirting out of his lip and shit. Like, yeah. But anyway, man, you know, the reason he had the fucking thing in his lip because Michael Rapaport was like, yeah, he stole my skateboard. You know, that's why I don't understand why he talks all this tough Tony shit, man. Like he's like some bad gangster motherfucker when he's not.
That's like 90%, that's like 99.9% of the graffiti world now, and everyone else. It's like, on the computer, man, people got balls like fucking bull balls.
Yeah.
They got Rockweiler balls.
Computer. When we started using computers in like 1999, I was living in his house. Alright? It was when
You got mail.
The AOL chat rooms were the thing. And there was the graffiti chat room. That was like the start of like people going on the internet and like talking about their graffiti and whatever. And they weren't even posting pictures yet. You know what I mean? They were just talking shit. And like, he used to hear all night, like, you got mail, like, you got mail. He used to come out and tell me, yo, turn that shit down, I gotta fucking work, you know, this and that, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, yo, we got into this shit with COPE, alright?
I was never on that thing. I was never on that.
I don't know exactly why, I don't know what the reason was or whatever, but we put it this way. You had beef with him, you had beef with me. Okay.
I remember
That's
on
just how it was.
I remember on SAS, I was never really on that thing. It was like blue letters or Tag Mag. Remember that?
Tag Mag too.
Take you people back. Trip. Tag Mag.
Yeah, but
that was
AOL chat room. It was a graffiti chat room, and everybody used to go on there and wrote graffiti and talk shit about where they just went and wrote graffiti. You know what I mean? Like, yo, it's bug. I can't lie. I've done it myself, you know. But then I realized after that, yo, I'm just like telling people where the fuck I committed a crime, and I stopped doing it, you know. And
well, you turned shit up back then. That's
yeah,
when you
I
would
was.
Get High Five and them.
Yeah, that's when I met Get High. I actually met them on the fucking graffiti chat room. They thought I was somebody else, and they were gonna fucking bash my head in with a pipe, you know. But then they met me and whatever. We wind up becoming cool and shit, you know. I know that's the whole YKK thing and shit. So I don't even know why the fuck Scuff and all them had all that beef for what reason or whatever. But fuck them anyway, you know.
It's kind of like how we were. Like we had beef with JA, so you know it's like how you just said. You know, you got beef with me, you got beef with him.
Yep.
You know, so you know, I guess that's pretty much. I don't hold money. I like actually Scuff. I like him. I think he's a good writer. He's done some good shit. I mean, a lot more than all these other people that act fake. He's been out there.
Yep.
Man. Yo, him and Bet had me running around for a hot minute. Yo, believe me, man. Fucking, yo, I had to take off like a month from work and shit, man. Yeah, man. The dudes had me crawling around, man. They definitely was fucking me around pretty good.
That was
a
in like
good
97,
war.
right? 97, 98?
No, I think.
Or was it in the 2000s?
Yeah, it is 2000. You're talking
Oh,
about
no, you're talking about 2004. You're talking about
I'm talking about the third beef. No, you're talking about the second beef. I'm talking about the. We went to war like me and
a few times, exactly. You know?
like 2000. You're talking about when I used to write with this dude just DWC, and then after that whole shit, he came back out with this dude Bet TFV from the fucking letter lines.
Yeah,
and that dude was up a lot, man.
That dude knows how to write too, so he picked the right person to do it with.
You're a big fucking dude too, man. No little punk.
Vinny, what's up, Vinny?
Vinny, yeah, good people, man.
Yeah, Vinny's good people,
that
man.
guy, man.
You know what's funny is Bet realized what a fucking stupid thing that whole war was, and became our friends. You know, and you know, whatever. That whole beef got squashed anyway.
No, but honestly, Bet used to put in a lot of work on them subways.
Either way, the graffiti chat room. That's where we started a beef with COPE. And I actually went up to the Hall of Fame and crossed out one of his pieces that were in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, so we did
Remember
start
that?
it. We did start it. I'm over there acting.
No, I don't know what the fuck. We already had a beef with him for some reason. And
No,
I was like, yo, this guy wants beef. Fine, let's go. I'll start go crossing him out. That's it. I went up to the Hall of Fame and I had someone take pictures of me fucking crossing his piece out.
I was with you. I took the pictures.
Yeah,
the silver. When you went over with the silver.
Yeah, like a baby.
You had a
blue
greenish
and blue
army
piece
coat.
with white and I went over it with silver.
And it was cold out. You had like an army coat on with the
No, I had a gray jacket with a hood that had a stripe through the middle of it.
Yeah, I was with you. I remember that.
And that was like the start.
You hit me up too. You hit me up.
Yep.
D3
Yes,
RD. I was right with you. I
Yep.
remember. Yeah.
That was around the same time that we had the beef with Zephyr and Revolt.
Oh, that was funny.
There's another one. Like, yo, we had beef
We'll
with
say
one
that
beef.
for another.
Yeah, we'll save that for another podcast.
We can't
But
say
anyway.
all that, man.
So I go up there and I do that. And right after I cross out that piece, what do you think COPE does? He finds out my real name, and he finds out my old address, and he posts my address like over and over and over on the fucking AOL chat room. Same thing with you.
I
He
actually
did the
just
same
did
thing
it.
with
I
his
did
name
that
on
my
the
college.
AOL chat room. That was the beginning of it. All right? That
Well,
was
that's
the
because you
beginning
lived
of
with
it.
me too at that
So
point. And
you
we
want to
lived
tell
together.
me he's not a rat? That's dry snitching. You know, that's ratting. That's fucking ratting. You know?
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, you're gonna put my fucking real name and my fucking what you think is my address and just keep posting it over and over for everyone to see.
And
That's
it's-
fucking ratting.
And
That's
not
a rat.
only that, but what he's thinking is graffiti, but he don't know the shit we're doing and what kind of problems that is. That's ratting. You know what I mean? He don't know what we're into. You know what I'm saying? Like, that could cause problems. Oh, is this where they're at? Like, not even with like little goofy idiots like graffiti. Talk about other entities. You know, we don't. You never know. I mean,
You know, instead of being a man and going out to the street and
Yeah.
starting to cross me out back, he went on the fucking computer and just wrote my fucking name and what he thought was my address over and over, along with his too. All right, so you tell me what you think. Is he a rat or not? Right?
Comment.
People. Listen, anybody who was on that graffiti chat room can attest to it. They saw it. All right, it's not like I'm making this shit up, man. This shit is true.
I was explaining that before too. How everyone.
He did it on Saster, he did it on fucking the Tag Mag, he did it everywhere he could put it. He started doing
You know
that
what
shit.
it boils down to? Like I was explaining on he's one of the only people I didn't have problems with. The COPE2, KD. It's like I actually hung out with DOP, black dude. Used to meet him over here near Bloomingdale's. Trim, KD. I hit the D's. Let it bleed. Let KD, Zon. I used to like. I know these guys. They're still alive. I just saw Zon some new shit out there. You know, they've had no problems with those fucking dudes until like 97, 98. Start hearing things. I distance myself from the man. I don't want to get caught up in that. Like I say, graffiti's just like a pastime. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal to us, but there are things that are a big deal that I don't want to reflect back on me. You get me? You know, I can't get into too many words here without getting in trouble or something. You know.
Him putting our names and addresses on the AOL chat room and the Saster site, and that just cements the fact that that was it. We went out and crossed out a lot of these pieces.
And as far as it goes with everyone's, oh well, show me the paperwork. Show me the paperwork.
You don't need to, man. I'm
You
telling
got to realize, an undercover or a CI, people go through great lengths to not expose these people because they're like a fucking golden. They're like the goose that lays the golden eggs. You know,
But
they're rats. Like they won't expose it. What you have to do is if you take it to trial, then like. For instance, me where I live now, someone definitely ratted on me, but it wasn't him because he don't know where I live now. He thinks he does, but he don't. He knows where I work. He knows where I work. It was all over the newspaper. He could have come by there whenever the hell he wants if he ever felt that way about me. He knows my hours, my shifts. It's all in the newspaper. Man never showed up. But anyway, enough with him, man. That's pretty much all I could think of with this guy COPE2 and how it started, and as requested by you guys. Same with you, right? Pretty much, or like, you think
That's-
anything else
yeah,
with this
man.
fucking crab leg, belly, fucking punk?
I mean, as of now, like, I really, whatever. I'll be honest with you, I still don't like him because of, he keeps sending his fucking minions to cross me out. Like, I don't get it. Like
You know
he got his brother fucking crossing me out for no
Well,
reason.
you
I just
know
don't,
what
I
it
don't
is?
understand it. Like,
Well, his brother's probably just trying to come up and make a name for himself. We're a good target. We're a good target. People go after us, you know. It's like they're pretty much picking their bones, you know. It was like an old crew and shit. But
oh,
that's
you know what
they
it goes
do.
back to? I think this is what it is. The rules of graffiti. I watched that video you did. There are no fucking rules. It's illegal, man. You know, you go over me, I go over you. I don't give a fuck if you got a fill-in and I had a tag or an outline. You went over me. That's it. Like, yo, what the fuck? You know, if I'm an established writer...
Ezo. You did that dude in
Yeah,
lovely,
man.
bro. He
Yeah.
quit. He quit graffiti because of that shit.
Yep.
Ezo.
Yeah,
You know,
Enzo, skulls and crowns, skulls and crowns.
Yeah,
Fucking
remember that
idiot.
shit with Andrew? Andrew
Yeah.
called him Enzo. We're like,
Enzo.
Yo, Lace is Andrew, right? I'm like, yo, Lace, you got inducted into the Hall of Fame. He don't realize we did all this cutthroat shit. Like, we were, because like he was running shit and this and that, the whole fucking nightmare. But yeah, we were like, yeah, Lace, you got inducted into the Hall of Fame. The new guy, Ezo. This and that. So and Andrew meets him. He's like, he's up on the ladder. He's fat. He said, hey, Enzo. Like he's a fan or something. That dude's like, yeah. He's already mad because he's like, D3 put it to him hard on the streets.
Let's just put it this way, man. I took out all his pieces in Spanish Harlem and some in the Bronx.
I remember we got to the
some-
same piece
a bunch
at the
of shit
same
downtown. Yeah,
time. I was in some seminar and shit, and you were heading up, right?
no, that was Zephyr in Revolt.
But there was an Ezo with a boat. There was a boat there, and there was like...
You talking about that little place up on
Yeah,
the
Westchester
6th Street,
Square.
Westchester Square, yeah.
Right near the supermarket. There was a little boat. He did a boat with an Ezo. The water, I think it's an Ezo. Well, if not, I'm sorry. Oops!
Yeah, right?
Like 10, 20 years later, yeah. Yeah, man, funny shit, man.
But, well, you know, that's how, you know, I remember the beef with Cope. And then it got squashed a few times. And then he started his shit again. And then we squashed it again. And then he started his shit again. And then we squashed it again. And then I started selling artwork down on Spring Street, right? No, Prince Street. And he heard through the grapevine that I was selling art down there and shit, whatever. I was painting on subway maps and stuff. And he comes up while I'm working at like fucking rush hour and he's like, yeah, yo, this and that, yo, fucking you fucking dick and this and that.
He thought he had you,
He
right?
started
He thought
cursing
he
me out,
had him,
saying
yeah.
all this shit, and I'm like sitting there.
The element of
painting,
surprise and
and
shit.
so I'm like, yeah, I'm just like thinking, I'm like, yo, this
cut
fucking
that
guy, like,
motherfucker open.
like I'm sitting here with all my artwork hanging up on the wall, and he wants me to turn around and fight with him, like, and I'm just like, yo, he's like, yo, come around the corner, man, come around the corner, man, yo, man, we'll do this right now, and this and that, and I'm thinking to myself, do you fucking understand what time it is? If we start fighting in the middle of the street, we're gonna go to jail, man, you know? And besides the fact, who the fuck, yo, I don't know who he's got around the corner, man, because, yo, he's a shady dude, man. You know, he was a shady dude, man, so I didn't trust him and shit. And he wanted me to go up around the corner onto Broadway, you know, so he kept, like, cursing at me, saying I suck dick and all this crazy shit, right? So I'm like, all right. Yeah. So I got down off the fucking, I was standing on a milk crate and painting on a subway maps. I got down, I walked around him. I said, so come on, you want to talk about this shit? Come on, let's go. Let's walk and talk. Come on. I started patting him on the shoulder. Come on, let's go. Come on. Let's go down around this corner right here. Come on. Let's go. And I said, come on, walk and talk. Come on, right now. He's like, yo, what are you doing? You know, like the whole time I was painting, I also had my hand on a razor just in case I had to, you know. I didn't know. You know, I had an X-Acto knife in my pocket and shit. You know?
You got that motherfucker.
Like, shit that I carry, man. It's like,
You remember that?
no, I always carry a fucking razor, you know?
Yo, we had a Thanksgiving day, man. I forget who it was. It was Pove, Axe, you, me, Baal was there, B-A-A-L. Remember that Thanksgiving? You know how they tie the little turkey's legs together?
Yeah.
D3 cooks every Thanksgiving for us, you know. We all contribute and everything we get here, you know. It's a tribute that started a long time ago in this dude Lace's house, called the Lonely Hearts Club Band. Normally on Christmas, people who don't got family, we hang out.
Yep.
We all get together, we steal shit from cars, and then we give it to each other around that time of year. It's like we break in the cars, and there will be gifts already wrapped. So we break in the car and steal a gift. So if it's got a man's name on it, we'll be like, here you go, Andrew, happy birthday. You know? But anyway, on Thanksgiving, he needed something to cut this little string that ties these things. He's like, yo, Rob, you gotta, before you said like a knife, everyone, all of them, Pove, Axe, me, I didn't.
Everybody pulled out a fucking razor.
Yeah, everyone else like, I was like, oh shit, take it back in the 1980s, yo. For real, all of them, every single person in that place, like, yo,
yeah.
I was like, yo, that shit sent shivers down my spine, man.
Well, anyway, when I jumped down, I started patting him on his shoulder, telling him to come down the block the opposite way to the way he wanted to go. He's like, yo, what are you doing, man? Yo, like, he backed up and shit. He's like, yo, you trying to jump me, man? You trying to get me jumped and this and that? And I'm like,
meanwhile, you're by
or
yourself.
some shit like that. Like, yo, what are you trying to do? Yo, I'm going nowhere. I'm not going nowhere with you. I'm not going nowhere with you. I was like, so this is what it is, huh? You know, like this is what it is. I said, listen, man, you want to squash beef? Let's squash beef. If not, just you know, keep it moving, man. Either do something or keep it moving. Like, yo, I'm working here. Like, yo, I'm trying to make money. You know? He's like,
but you also got
you won't go over me no more, right? I said, nah, I won't go over you no more, right?
I think you have,
I said, no, that's what I said. I said, no, I won't go over you no more. That's just it. We squash beef. How about that?
And you have, right?
And that was it. And then, I ended it, and he walked off and shit, But it's like, the second I jump down, and I'm like ready to fucking walk him down the block and do something, and he backs up and goes, oh, yo, what are you doing? I was like, yo, man, that dude, all right. Since then, I've talked to him. I've become a little friendly with him, like just a friendly, acquaintance-wise.
Come on,
acquaintance-wise. Because I had to, I would see him in Art Basel. I didn't want to get bothered by him.
No, I
so I'm like, yo, hey, what's up? How you doing, Fernando? I always surprise him too. Walk up behind him and she, hey, what's up, man? He's, oh, what are you doing? Right? And I tried to keep it on a level where, like, I'm just like, hey, how you doing, passing by, and I keep it moving and shit, And,
like a working relationship.
Well, not even that.
No, but
not a relationship. No, you got it all wrong, buddy. You got it all wrong. There's no relationship there. It's, hey, how you doing?
It's all tongue-in-cheek. Tongue-in-cheek.
Exactly. That's a better way to put it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, but, that's basically the beef between us. Like, me, him, how it all fucking played out and how it ended,
Yeah, you want to hear a funny one? A long time ago, they used to have these designer markers. I'm going to get into that meth one. They had these designer markers that we used to steal. They were pretty popular. People used to use them to draw in black books. They were like the best out. They stunk like shit. You could get high off the fuck. You go,
oh, yeah.
Anyway, I had this gray one, right? And this writer, we'll call him Meth. He stole it from me. I knew it was him. It was like the next day or something. I'm like, yo, this guy, he's taking my markers and shit, So somehow I like set him up and shit, bigger and shit, and a marker in his pocket. So like I took him, right? I took his socks off and his sneakers and everything. My mother used to knit with this like acrylic yarn.
Was that the one where they had, no, that was, they put him in between the fucking mattresses?
Yeah.
So he's hiding in between the mattresses.
I got him, right? I get him in between the mattresses like a hot dog. Like a fucking
hot dog in a bun.
In a bun, right? He said, I remember you were there. I was like, yo, hold him down, man. I tied his feet up with this yarn.
He wrapped a bunch of yarn around his his ankles and shit,
His toes.
Yo, what are you doing, man? What are you doing, man? Yo, you gotta stop, man. Yo.
I set that shit on fire, yo. That shit had me dying, man. We were friends after that, anyway. But yeah, he stole from me and shit. And then once again, it's just like a different level, than like all these other people out there. They were pretty much like.
Oh shit, that was like the fucking early '80s.
Yeah.
That was the early '80s. Like.
Yeah.
That was like when.
That was junior high school.
Like back then.
That was junior high school.
You either ran from the cops or you got caught and fucked up. Like the cops used to beat the shit out of everybody.
No, but that was when I was in junior high school, like 82, 83. Right? Yeah.
Something like that.
82, 83.
Yep.
1982, 83. I was like 15.
That was when you were hanging out with Chucky and Chris Cap and fucking...
Yeah.
Hair and Cat.
I was writing hair, yeah.
Hair and Cat.
That's right, I wasn't even writing RD at that point. Wow, yeah, that's back there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
But, it just shows you what type of shit that we used to be on, you know?
Yeah.
Setting each other on fire and shit.
But these guys, what they do is they talk and manipulate and they do all these smoke screen and shit, you know, and trickery and shit. But in reality, we just kind of hang out and like keep to ourselves. And, you know, that's a big thing too. It's not going to be no more. Like, I'm going to be on a regular, you know?
We used to fuck with Tom, man.
Yeah, we used to go do
yeah. He used to sleep in the park, in John Jay Park, man.
Yeah.
And then there was this bus for the pavilion.
I was actually talking about that in a different episode.
Yeah,
the bus.
But he
behind
used to sleep in the bus that used to be for that building where Rodney Dangerfield lived and shit. And fucking, what's the guy's name? The fucking asshole. What's it?
Rapaport?
Rapaport.
Right.
Yeah. Fucking, there was a bus.
Well, he lived right across the street in the Four Corners when he was allowed to with his mother.
Yeah, his mother would let him sleep in there sometimes, and then his father lived in the catacomb buildings across the street on 78th Street.
Right.
Actually, on the 79th Street.
Yeah, we get too much. We're blowing up the 4 Kids spot, man. We set the boys' feet on fire. Now we're telling them.
Nah, we ain't telling them. This is a long time when you don't live there no more.
Yeah.
But fucking, he used to. I remember we went into that bus and we squirted ink everywhere on the bus one day, like we just.
I remember.
Yo, we went in there in the dark, in the pitch dark, and went to sleep and cuddled up and shit all over the ink. He came out like from head to toe. Fucking ink everywhere.
I'm gonna blow you in. Do you remember that time that you and me were hitting inside somewhere out in Brooklyn? I don't know. Beach or Sheep's Head Bay. It's like you hit up high, like some of the ink dripped on me, and I was like, yo, dude, like I shook my marker. You just go like this with the marker. It's gonna put a line. You know, before you know, we're like dumping like all this ink on each other. Remember that shit? Like
got into an ink fight.
Yo, we were fucked up, man.
That was right after we banged on the window with the cops.
Yeah, that was okay. We'll say that shit for another day. Yo, I remember having an ink fight with you. I remember getting off the train and the cops.
We were getting on the train and the cops off the train, man. We were getting on the floor.
Yeah, the cops looked at us when we were coming.
They started rubbing the fucking tags inside the train.
And they were like, yo, get the fuck off.
Yeah, get the fuck off our train, man.
They were like, yo, get the fuck. Like, they knew right off the. I mean, yo, for real, man.
They knew that we just came from writing on the train.
Yeah, but they must have thought like the amount of writing. But we really got in a fight. Like if the shit dripped on me, then I dripped on him, and then it's like a food fight in school. But we were covered in this shit, like all over our faces. Like we were like fighting.
Let's just put it this way: we had like a can of marsh ink.
And we were, we had a whole can,
a quart can.
And we were in the middle of like what was it, like a Bulldog, a Star Wars, whatever they call them, like a B or a D.
Ding dongs.
Yeah, was it a ding dong? A little one? I thought it was the big starships.
On the end, it's two cars that get matched together, and then each end of the two cars go like this.
Yeah.
Those are ding dongs.
Oh, that's what it was. Was it one of them?
The ding dongs. They're like they were sloped on the ends.
And it was
INVs, I believe, right?
Yeah, and it was like a daytime layup too. It was
It was a daytime layup on the weekends, man.
Yeah.
Fucking down to like Sheep's Head Bay, Kings Highway.
Yo, we used to kill that shit.
Going towards
and Kings
Coney Island and shit, man. All of those stops have had trains.
I remember even Brighton Beach, all that shit. I remember hitting them and then going and swimming. Jumping in the fucking Brighton Beach, the breach after that, yeah. We'll save all that shit for another time, man. Let's wrap it up, people. One more time, D3 TV.
Yeah, man. True Rikers Island stories.
Yo, give him a follow, subscribe, man. You got some real shit, man. This dude's been locked up more than locked up.